Hey, are you all ready to read chapter 5 of Jake Drake Know It All by Andrew Clements? I think I forgot to mention the illustrator of this book. Illustrations by Janet Peterson. So, chapter 5, if you don't remember, is titled capital K dash capital I dash capital A slash capital D dash capital I dash capital A. So it starts on page 30. Let's begin. That night after dinner, I told my mom and dad about the science fair. We were having ice cream for dessert. Yum, that sounds really good, huh? Mom and I had chocolate, and Dad and Abby had vanilla and strawberry. Abby's my little sister. She's 2 years younger than I am. So back then, when I was in 3rd grade, Abby was a 1st grader. I handed the science fair booklet to my dad. Right away, he flipped through it. He looked at each page for about 2 seconds. He said, "Okay, yeah, that makes sense. This is good. Fine. Great, Jake. This'll be a lot of fun." Then he ripped the permission slip off the back page. He signed his name and handed his pen to me. "Just sign on the line, Jake." There you go. Now we're all set. So what do you think? You want to make a rocket? Or maybe a volcano? Those are a lot of fun. Or maybe a model of a planet. I always loved making Saturn, The one with all the rings. That's a great project. Meanwhile, my mom started reading the booklet carefully. Abby wasn't doing anything except stirring her ice cream around and around in her bowl. Mom said, "My goodness, Jim, did you see that there's a prize for 1st place?" "Well, of course. Well, sure," Dad said. "There's always a prize for 1st place. When I won my 7th grade science fair, I got a nice trophy, but I think my sister threw it out when I went to college." My mom winked at me. Then she said to Dad, "Okay, you know there's a prize, but do you know what the prize is?" So my dad said, "Well, no, not exactly. But I know there's a prize, so we'll try to win it. Right, Jakey? Like a rocket, something really exciting. The judges love exciting projects." We're on page 33. On page 32, there is an image, and I will show it to you for those who can see. And for those of you who can't see the image, I'm going to describe it to you. There is a family sitting in a room. I say it's a family. It's a man and a woman and a young boy and a young girl. Who do you think these people might be? They're all eating something out of a bowl with a spoon. What do you think they might be eating? And they're all sitting at a table in a room, and in the background you can see that there is a stove, and the stove has some cooking pots on it. And on the other side of the room there are some cabinets and drawers with, it looks like, a water pitcher on top of the counter. What room do you think they might be in? The man is looking at a booklet, What do you think that booklet might be? And the young boy is looking at the man. Everybody looks happy except for the young boy. He looks kind of perplexed, kind of not so sure about what his dad or the man is thinking. Okay, I'm going to continue reading on page 33. Mom had flipped to another page. She looked sideways at me and said, "Jake, why don't you tell your dad why you will not be making a rocket for the science fair?" I said, "That's because on page 3 it says I can't make anything that burns or smokes or explodes." Dad said, "Well, there are other kinds of rockets, like the kind that use water power. You know, a water rocket. So we could still make a rocket." Mom laughed and said, "That sounds like something a capital K dash capital I dash capital A slash capital D dash capital I dash capital A might say." Okay, so from now on, I'm just going to say KIA slash DIA. You know they're all capital letters in there, but it's kind of hard to read out loud like that. I said, "What's that mean? K-I-A slash D-I-A. Abby looked up from her ice cream soup. She said, "I know. It means know-it-all slash do-it-all. Mommy told me." So that is an acronym. K is for no, I is for it, A is for all. And then slash, D is for do, I is for it, A is for all. So KIA slash DIA. Know it all, do it all. You know anybody like that? I think I know a few people like that. And I remembered that I had heard Mom say that before. One time Dad wouldn't read about how to put a new bicycle together. Mom said he was being a KIA slash DIA. And when we got a new garage door opener, it broke because Dad hooked the motor on backwards. He didn't read the instructions. When that happened, Mom said, "Dear, sometimes I wish you weren't such a KIA slash DIA." Or when my dad wouldn't stop and ask for directions when we were lost in the car, I heard Mom say, "Don't be such a K-I-A slash D-I-A. I wonder if she calls him a Kia Dia, because that's kind of the way you say it. I'm going to have to remember that. Kia Dia. Mom handed the book back to Dad, and he started reading. I said, "You know the prize? It's amazing, Dad. If I win first prize, I get a Bluntium 12 computer from Wonky's Super Computer Store." Dad said, "A whole system? A Bluntium 12? "Yes," I said, "and a year of free internet service too." Dad whistled. Whoo! Oh, I can't whistle. Can y'all whistle? Whistle if you can. And then Abby tried to whistle too, but instead some melted ice cream drooled down her chin. Dad looked at the book again. He said, "Well, I guess we better get right to work on this, eh, Jake?" "See that?" My dad said, "We?" He said, "We had better get right to work." That "we" got me worried. This was supposed to be my science fair, right in the science fair booklet said that kids had to do their own work. And then I thought, what if Dad thinks he's going to get a new computer when my project wins first prize? Those words are written in italics. And there were some words earlier that were written in italics, and I didn't mention them because I was doing a video, but I'm going to mention them this time. What if Dad thinks he's going to get a new computer when my project wins first prize? The words before that said, and then I thought. What do you think those italics are signaling you to notice? Do you think that those italics might mean that those are Jake's thoughts instead of Jake's words? Maybe, huh? Yeah, okay. Kids like Kevin and Marcia, I knew they were going to be a problem. I was ready for that. But what if your dad is a KIA and a DIA too? How do you tell your own dad to keep his hands off and that you don't want to share your new computer with anyone, not even him? On this science fair project, there was only room for one KIA, and that was me. That is the end of chapter 5. Our next chapter is chapter 6, What to Do. What do you think that chapter might be about? Chapter 6, What to Do. Have to think about that one. Chapter 6 looks a little longer than most chapters. So be ready to read. Can't wait to read chapter 6.